G'day everyone, welcome back to part 6 of our Camino hike. This time we're leaving Sarria. We're just over 100 kilometres out. It's mixed feelings for us. As our host back in Border, our second stop, said to us, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So while we're pretty excited, it is a bit sad to see this all coming to an end. It's been fantastic. We're pretty excited. We're waiting to see the sign that says Santiago under 100 k's. We just passed the 112k sign, so it's not too far off. This is nice, a little river right beside our walk. We were hoping to find a cafe at just under 100 k's, but we're 101 k's from the end, and we found this beautiful little cafe. I think I just took a photo of our brekkie. Deb had bacon and eggs, and I had, would you believe it, just jam toast. It's been a while since I've had that with my coffee and orange juice, and it was nice. Yeah, so 100 k's to go about now. One thing I have noticed is that the crowd has increased dramatically. I reckon there's about 4 times as many people on the track now as there has been. I think a lot of people get on at Sarria. It's also, yeah, when you walk to the cafe, sometimes you see a line a mile long. We generally move on and try and find the next one. And luck had it this time that we were the first ones at this place in a while, so we got seated straight away. Yeah, look at this. We're in between Sarria and I think the next place is something like Portomarin. Yeah, so we'll have 90 odd k's to go tomorrow morning, which is pretty good, getting towards the end. Oi. How nice is that? Sun's coming out too. First time in about 4 or 5 days. Good idea. There's our next stop over in the distance. I think it's about 6 or 7 k's walk from here. We're staying just on the outskirts of that town. Apparently it's about 2 k's out of there. Yeah, very nice. We are now entering the little town of Portomarin. We've just worked out that this is day 26. We're crossing the bridge, crossing this beautiful little lake to our main town up here, and we're staying just out of town. But yeah, it looks bigger than I thought. There's a cathedral up there on the right hand side. I think this will be a nice little stopover again. Okay, so our accommodation for the night. I've just walked into the foyer. There's our little transport bags. I noticed they're €4 instead of €6. We've been getting the wrong envelopes. Now this little room is actually really nice. A twin bed, but look at this view out over the lake. Woohoo! It's so nice. And it's all happening downstairs. Beautiful little spot. Okay, I just said to Deb, I think we're being followed. Yeah, I think we've started a trend here, and there's a bit of a crowd. We've got a bit of a following, which is kind of cool in a way, don't you think, Deb? Yeah. And guess which bullheads have no poles? We went to the pub last night, had a few drinks, and we got a taxi because our little albergue, our little hostel, was off the track, and they come and pick up and drop you back onto the track. And because we didn't have to walk to the taxi, or we walked to the taxi, we left our poles behind, so it feels really weird. For the first time in 700 k's, we're walking without walking sticks, which feels really weird to me. Well, look at this. I've been waiting for this sign for the last 700 kilometres. 700 kilometres down, 100 to go. That's 7 pieces of the pie gone and only 1 remaining, and I'm about to bite into it. So, according to my calculations, there's a second sign here which is equally as important, or almost, that shows are you right? Yes, Double figures, 99.93 k's to go. Woohoo! What do you think, miss?
Yeah, good.
Pretty good. Pretty bloody good. 78.9 k's to go. This is a pretty little village. A couple of nice little houses and cafes. We've passed a lot of little stone places on the way, and this is just as nice as all the other ones we've passed. Well, we're on the trail still, 68 kilometres to go. There's my beautiful wife, and here is our accommodation, Casa Camino, that purple sign or red sign right smack bang in front of us. Little red awning. This is our stop for the night. Another 24 hours here and then 29 kilometres tomorrow. Casa Camino 2, this is our room. Double bed, one box ticked, and shower and toilet. Naturally I won't go in there because Deb's in there, but very basic, but it's everything we need. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if the rain is showing up in that light, but it's drizzling again. It's 6:30 in the morning. We've got a 29 kilometre walk in front of us. We're doing 29, or keep it slippery here, 29 today, 29 tomorrow, and 11 the next day, which will get us all the way to Santiago. It's pretty cool, but yeah, she's pitch black. It's raining, and it's a bit ordinary, but we're loving it, aren't we?
I should have brought my headlamp.
Yeah, we need our little headlight. I think it'll be light in about an hour anyway. But yeah, just wanted to get an early start so that we're not too late arriving at our next destination. Day 28. 5 k's in, the sun's up. Walking through our first little village on our way to Arzua. And that massive crowd that was following us yesterday haven't woken up yet. I think they're all 8, 9 o'clock rises, so it looks like it's back to the earlier conditions where we had this walk almost to ourselves. So here we are at Arzua. This was a nice little room. Open up. We've got your twin singles joined together to make a double. Deb's hiding in the bathroom once again, out to a little courtyard. This is our home for the next 24 hours. That's a little coffee spot. There's some freebies in the fridge. Yep, we're going to be okay. Okay, another dark and drizzly morning. Same plan as yesterday, carbon copy of yesterday. We wake up at 6, leave by 6:30. We've got 30 k's to do today, just like yesterday. This will get us to Lavacolla today, which is only 11 k's out of Santiago. So it's our last big walk. It's going to be a big day, but leaving early, we hope that we'll get there about 1:30ish. We're going to get run over by a car, so away we go. This is Arzua at night or very early in the morning. Oh. We're about 25 k's in of about 30 k's. We're going up another hill, and I have to say that I feel my energy going downhill when I go uphill. Dad joke. Yeah. Okay, we're now amongst the members in the sub 50 kilometre group. 750 k's down, 8 out of 800. That means 50 to go, less than 50 to go. We're laughing. Deb actually told me there's a lot of cows around here, but I reckon that's all bull. Another good dad joke all the way from Spain. We've passed 100 of these little stone bridges, like man-made causeways along the way, and I don't think I've actually videoed one because there's so many of them, but should video at least one of them. At the risk of being a bit repetitive, it's always just so nice. The walk's always changing. We're going through a little forest that's got it's almost like a tunnel of trees. It's got darker again, but not because the sun's gone, it's because, yeah, we've got this nice little overlaying archway of trees in front of us. And I can just see some other walkers in front of us. I thought we were first up this morning, but it looks like someone got up before us. Yeah, really nice. Still cloudy and misty and a little bit drizzly, but yeah, we're enjoying it. Santiago. Another little monument, 13.8 kilometres to go. Whee. The wind's picking up, as you can see. I was just thinking that we haven't done much videoing today, and it's because we're walking through muddy trails again. Muddy trails through thick forests. I thought, should I show you today's muddy trail, which is very similar to yesterday's muddy trail and the 5 days before that's muddy trails. But it's been nice, and I suppose there's no need to show you this because that's all we've been looking at, so I don't want that to be all that you're looking at. But it's been a good walk, nearly 30 k's, and we're nearly at Lavacolla, and I love a cola, especially after a big walk. Well, that's disappointing. I thought we were here, but we're 2 kilometres away. Bugger. We have finally reached our destination. There's a little chapel. We're in Lavacolla. Just a quick 30-kilometre walk up the road. We've taken our raincoats off and on about 20 times a day. Every time we put them on, it stops raining, and every time we take them off, it starts raining. It did our heading toward the end, but I think we're just around the corner here. Day 29, destination 29. Finally, 30 k's, and it's done. Now to just check out our room. David's bought some boiled eggs. I've got a bottle of champagne and a bottle of Aquarius. Let's go to the reception and look in our second last room. Okay, so we're in Lavacolla, and we've got all these little bunk dorm rooms. We're number 17 and 18. We share a little cubby house with 2 other people, but it's good. They've got their own little privacy curtains. So this is our second last night, and that's my cubby house up there. I've got to climb the stairs and go up there. Pretty cool. Well, look at this. We celebrated when we went from triple figures down to double figures, and now we're celebrating, aren't we? That we're going from double figures to single figures. So about now, we're down to 9.9 k's. Actually, there's another sign just in front of me. Let's have a little sneak peek at that and see where we are. There we go. 9.95 kilometres to go. About probably just over 2 hours at our pace. City living in Santiago. We're about 1.5 kilometres away from the finish line. And Debbie's in a world of pain, but happy. Here we go, this is a good sign to see. We've just about made it. That's the sign on the outskirts of town. I'm yet to see the sign with how many kilometres to go. I think we're just about zeroed it out. Okay, we have finished. This is the finish of our hike, but we have spent the last 30 days travelling from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port in France, a little village in France, over the border into Spain, up over the Pyrenees mountains, through rain, through mist, through snow and fog to this place here. Staying at 30 little villages, towns and cities. Meeting a lot of interesting people, having great times, having great fun. Happy, sad, exhausted, wet, dry and every other condition you can imagine. It's been exactly a month. We left on the 24th of April. It's now the 24th of May and it's so rewarding to finally be here. Camino completed, Santiago de Compostela. Well, that concludes our Camino hike, our Frances Camino hike across Spain. And I have to say, for someone that originally started this trip kind of half-hearted, I look back now and I had a ball. I left my state, I left my country, and I certainly went out of my comfort zone. But looking back, I'm so glad we did this trip and so glad that Debbie talked me into it. And anyone out there contemplating doing this Camino trip, this 800-kilometre hike, as you know, we've done it in 30 days, 30 different towns, cities and villages in 30 days. I'm 58 years old, Deb's in her early 50s, we're average fitness, and we did it quite easily. The first week was the hardest, and I think we didn't get a lot of time to train before the Camino, but the Camino itself made us fit. We averaged about 25 kilometres a day, which sort of represented about 5, 6, 7 hours each time, and basically week 2 right through to the end, I won't say it was easy, but it was a lot easier than the first week. We seemed to get walking fit. Okay, so my Camino tips are: 1, get some merino toe socks and you'll avoid blisters for the whole journey. 2, get a raincoat and rain pants and you'll be okay on those cold, drizzly days. 3, stop every 10 k's and have a snack. 4, always have a bag full of snacks. And 5, make sure you stop and smell the roses and take it all in. Finally, thanks to everyone that's watched my little videos. I hope you enjoyed them as much as we have, and buen camino to everyone going out there having a go.